What's up, you movie collecting maniacs, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer. And today, we've got a movie haul for you, a Quickie movie haul. And like I always say, the pile never gets smaller, even though we keep running through these videos. But that's a good problem to have. But let's just dive right in and get this one going. Got a lot of different varying genres as per usual, and a lot of ones that I've never seen before but look very intriguing. So hopefully it's something that you can give me advice on and your own opinions. But let's get going and see what we got. First up is an interesting looking 80s slasher flick. Never heard of it before, but watched a trailer before purchasing it, and it looked pretty damn cool, so hopefully it's good. The movie is Death Screams. And like I said, no clue about this one. Just looked pretty cool, and I'm always up for an 80s slasher film. But at the inside there, ignore this insert for Deep Red, which is a badass movie. But yeah. For Arrow Video put this one out, and this is still the Hamilton books that still have some pretty damn good prices on Arrow Video releases, and I'm ashamed to say that I actually picked up a few more. They're already here, they're in the pile, but they're not in this video, but they will be in the next one. A lot of good ones that I've been wanting to pick up for a long time, and just upgrades pretty much. But Death Screams looks very intriguing. Like I said, have never seen it before. So if you happen to see this one, let me know what you think about it. Yeah. I got nothing else to say, man. But first time in the collection for that interesting looking one. And up next is another one that I have never seen before. Never really heard until I came across when I was doing some research and just looking for what's new out there, any good deals. But this one is Night Visitor. I don't know anything about it. I watched the trailer, looked pretty intriguing, like the other film, Death Screams, prior to what I was just talking about. But it looks pretty cool. I don't know what year this one came out. jeez. I can't even see that. 89? 1989? But yeah, I don't really know. So please, if somebody's seen this one, definitely let me know. I don't even know what subgenre of horror it really is. Looks like it has a pretty cool cast though. Elliot Gould in there. And then we also have Shannon Tweed and Richard Roundtree. So, pretty interesting cast. But like I said, I don't know anything about it. I wish I could give you more information. I feel like I'm clueless in this video, or so far, but definitely intriguing and looking forward to checking it out. Among all the other millions of movies that I have on my plate. But let's move it on to something that I have seen before. From an action actor that I absolutely love. The movie is Mr. Nice Guy with Jackie Chan. And I love this. I mean, I love this one. I love pretty much most of every Jackie Chan film that came out up to a certain point. But this one is a whole hell of a lot of fun, and just glad to have it upgraded. I've got every single Jackie Chan film in the collection, but it's always good to get the classic ones upgraded. And I'm looking forward to, I think later on this month, the Volume 2 of Jackie Chan box set. It has Armor of God 1 and 2, a few other ones, but looking forward to grabbing that. But this is the extended original cut, which I'm not even sure which one I'm familiar with. But it's a fun movie with crazy characters as usual in it, and just an epic conclusion that it's it's not one of his best works, but it's really up there in entertainment value. Awesome film. I'm a die-hard Jackie Chan fan, but glad to have it in the collection as an upgrade. let's move it on to a film that I've never really fully appreciated, but I'm gonna have to revisit it because I'm a huge H.P. Lovecraft fan, and Stuart Gordon is, I love most of it. I mean, pretty much most of his stuff, but for some reason this one I never fully got into it because it's just so weird of a concept, and some of the stuff is weird. It's weird as hell, but I've learned to appreciate more wild and weird stuff over the years, and I haven't seen this one. I want to say it's back in college, but the movie is From Beyond. And I know that a new 4K release came out for it, but some of the best things about the 4K releases is that people just want to get rid of their old versions, which are perfectly fine, and I scoop them up for a decent price. But From Beyond, very, very weird, crazy concept, and Cass is pretty awesome in this one. You got Jeffrey Combs in there, and then Barbara Crampton also plays an interesting role with some interesting dress and attire. But it was always just a very strange film to me when I first saw it, but it was kind of a weird experience to check it out way back when I did. But I'm really looking forward to kind of watching with new eyes. I've seen millions of films since then, and yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out and just seeing what I think about it. I know I'm going to like it because it's just right up my alley now of my kind of taste. But From Beyond. And I'm sure that From Beyond, I think Vinegar Syndrome put that one out. It looks like it's a really deluxe set. But yeah, I'm a fan of the movie, but not a super fan, so I don't really feel like going to 4K route on that one. But let's move it on. And this is actually first time in the collection. I've never owned this one prior, so I was really keen to get that one in there. But next up is a fun movie that came out in 2000 when I was 20 years old. Saw it in theaters, really enjoyed it. I've actually never seen the sequels of this series. Only really saw the first one for some reason. I don't know why. But the movie is Final Destination. This one is really fun. Of course, the concept is really entertaining and interesting. And I've mentioned it before, Soul Survivor is a late 70s, early 80s film. Very obscure, nobody really talks about it. But that one takes a lot of, I mean, not really takes because it came out prior, but it has the same concept of a survivor actually surviving a plane crash, but then being haunted by death. And this is the pretty much similar route. So they must have taken a lot of liberties, or a story that's similar origin between the two, but really awesome film. Great cast in this one. Just a really fun kind of teen horror film that came out during the Scream era, where there were just millions of these films. But I think I mentioned this in a video a long time ago. But I've been meaning to kind of pick up all of those older 2000 kind of teen horror films that came out in masses, and just kind of building the collection up from there, because I mean, at the time they were just kind of throwaway films, but I'm starting to appreciate them a little bit more as time goes on, and this one's just a really entertaining film, so glad to have it in the collection. I do not know if I had this on DVD prior. I believe I did, but hey, it's in the collection now, so let's move it on to another 80s slasher put out by Arrow Video that I've never seen before. Watched the trailer and was intrigued by it and said, hell yeah, because I got it in the Hamilton Books sale or whatever they had a whole bunch of Arrow Video releases for dirt cheap. Picked it up. It is Deadly Games. And got a different cover on the inside. But I don't know anything about this one, just like the other ones. This is pretty much a blind buy, and don't know much about it, but it did look interesting. Had a cool 80s slasher style to it, so I had to pick it up. Deadly Games. I got nothing else for you about this one. Let me know if you guys seen this one. It does look like it's very promising. But first time in the collection for that one. And let's move it on to a very weird subgenre of horror movies. This one, I don't even know if this was really initially a horror film. It's more of a, well, it's hard to explain. It's a luchador, Mexican luchador crime fighting series that dipped into horror eventually in its later years to kind of spice things up. I don't know how you would really need to spice things up more than a luchador wrestler fighting crime and being a superhero pretty much. But I picked up the Indicator release of Santo, the Enter Santo, and then there's 2 movies on here. I don't know if they are 2 separate movies or if they were 2 movies with different editing, like a different version of the same film. But it's Enter Santo and Santo versus Evil Brain. So those are the 2 kind of different films in this release. But really cool packaging, as always, with this Indicator stuff. I've mentioned before that I'm not really versed in the Indicator releases. I've only picked up maybe 3 or 4 now that are in the collection, but I'm loving them so far. I did watch Santo versus the Evil Brain on here a little bit, but I was distracted because I was multitasking at the same time, so I'm just definitely have to give it my full attention and check it out. But yep, it's a cool little box set, really well done. I love this little art here. It's like pitiful and corny and awesome at the same time. Imagine having a giant poster of this. It's silly. But has a little booklet in there too with some more information on there, which would probably be a good read for me to kind of see what this release is all about. Because it kind of, once it said I saw they were releasing a Santo film or a box set, I just pick it up regardless of any knowledge on it, because I'm trying to get as many as I can get my hands on. I know that was it VCI put out some Santo films and other Mexican oddities, and they're always like hit and miss because they don't have the original language and they have some weird American dub that came out in modern times that you just can tell it's corny, but it kind of works, but it doesn't. It'd be more refreshing to have the original. I think the original languages are on this release, so Indicator did a damn good job with this one. But like I said, I gotta put my full attention and check it out. But hell of a release from what I've seen, and just I love the Santo films. They're so strange and unusual, and they just really dive into some stuff that you can't believe you're seeing. It's very oddball cinema, and love that kind of older Mexican stuff. And that reminds me, I have box sets coming that I pre-ordered months ago. There is a Mexican box set coming out from somewhere, so when it comes in the mail, I'm going to be very surprised because I totally forgot what's even on there. But that's going to be really fun to get and watch those movies, because I believe they're all movies I've never seen before. Maybe one of them on the disc, but I can't remember. But let's move it on to a totally different kind of subgenre. Well, I know it's a subgenre, it's just a comedy. It's an 80s comedy film, but it's a crazy and cool concept that has a lot of satire in it. The movie is Stay Tuned, and this one is a whole bunch of fun. If you haven't seen it before, it's pretty much a family that's obsessed with TV. Mostly the dad is, but they get a new satellite dish that's so powerful. There's something weird and demonic about it, but they suck the parents into the television. So they're going from different sitcoms to game shows and all this stuff, but it's all with a weird, demented twist. So I can't even think of an example off my head. I'm not awake enough or witty enough to come up with an example. But John Ritter stars in it. He's the dad, and it's just fun as all hell. It's pretty much the kids learn that their parents are in there, and they're changing the channel, watching them, trying to see them try to survive these crazy over-the-top situations. It's really just an interesting film, but it's really well done too, and not a lot of people talk about it. But Stay Tuned, really fun, and yeah, really fun. But yeah, that's Stay Tuned, and that's the first time it's in the collection. I've never had it prior. I wasn't even aware there was a release on DVD for it, so it was really good to have that one in the collection now with the rest of my huge 80s comedy flicks. But let's move it on to one. I swear I've shown this one off before, but it was in the pile. It could have been mistakenly put back in there. Who the hell knows? I have such a disorganized kind of flow here to this setup. But it is the Forgotten Gialli box set volume 5. And I believe I have 1, 2, 3. I don't have 4, I think. And now I have 5. So just missing 1. And I just don't know if it's the movies in set volume 4 that I wasn't just excited about, or I had so many other box sets that I bought or pre-ordered that I just didn't have the cash to grab it. But this one, a lot of promise to it. I did watch the Tropic of Cancer on that, and it was a very weird and the setting was really cool. It was in like a tropical setting. Very interesting, very sleazy. But yeah, I haven't seen the rest of them. Well, what's on here is A White Dress for Marielle, Tropic of Cancer, and 9 Guests for a Crime. And I wasn't really familiar with any of these movies, so did watch Tropic of Cancer, but I'll have to watch the other 2. If they tickle my fancy, I might do a review on them if I got time. But really awesome box set, like usual. Very colorful, bunch of artwork, and the individual movies have their own posters on it, and just cool stuff. I like that one. That's like the weird colors on that. But yeah, that's the Forgotten Gialli volume 5, and they just keep putting these out. But so far I'm been keeping up to pace with them, but I just missing that 1. I'm pretty sure, yeah, because I got 1, 2, 3, yep, and this is 5. That's way up there. You can't see them, they're up the very top. But gotta get that 4th one, I guess. Gotta get it. Well, let's move on to one last one. It is pretty much the UK version of Godzilla, I believe. But it is Gorgo. And this one's just a fun, interesting take on the Godzilla series. Kaiju film that's got some pretty good effects in it, decent characters, and just a whole hell of a lot of fun. Don't really have much to say about this one, but love kaiju films and try to collect as many as I can. I want to get that North Korea one, I think, that came out. I can't even remember the name of it because it's something crazy, but I'd like to have that one too. But I know it's a boutique label that's not really known, so it's hard to get those kind of ones, and they're always damn expensive as all hell. But Gorgo, fantastic film. I want to say it's a UK film, but I can't remember if it's centered around Scotland, so I can't remember. I can't remember, I'll admit it. But Gorgo, fantastic film. And I don't believe it's in the collection, so first time for that one. But pretty interesting bunch of films, and like I said, there's always more to come, and have more stuff coming in the mail, and just ordered another weird oddity film, so gotta love the cinema craziness. But guys, that is it for me. Hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe, and if you have time, leave a comment below, because I love hearing from you guys. But until then, I will see you all the next time I'm in front of a camera, talking about movies. See you guys later. Now, get out.